Good evening, Wizards Nation. So, our NBA Finals is tomorrow. Don't get it twisted. We are playing the Brooklyn Nets here in DC. And with the way the current draft class is, like how considered one of the strongest ever next year, and how, in my opinion, I believe the Brooklyn Nets are our biggest competition for the current Tankathon. Don't get it twisted. This game is game one of the NBA Finals. It would be so Wizards for us to blow them out. Like, I don't know. It's a whole conundrum here, but like, I wouldn't hold it against Ted if he would have raised ticket prices for tomorrow. Put this game on primetime assness. I don't know. I feel like both the Nets fan base and us, we're going to be tuning into this game very closely tomorrow. But this report recently came out, right? They basically stating that Cooper Flagg, who just went number 1 overall, in this draft class that's coming up, could possibly go 6th. That's insane. That's how strong this draft class is. Mikael Brown Jr., as the day passes by, as the minute passes by, is growing on me. Caleb Wilson, I'm fine with the top 5. Obviously, I want top 3. That's all I want. That's all I care about. You know, it's the Wizards. Adam Silver hates those guys. But anyways, in this video, I'm going to talk about the current Tankathon odds, but most importantly, our biggest competitors, and overall just a future outlook of like what I expect, in my opinion, to go through this entire season with us. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Dude, I get so much anxiety going through our Tankathon odds every single freaking year. Last year, many of sleepless nights. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny, dude. It's just like, it's not good. It's not good for my emotional health. I'm in an abusive relationship. We are. I need to file for divorce, but I can't because they were my first. I so much like, I feel like I'm in an arranged marriage. And nothing against arranged marriages, but I'm just like, this is the part that I hate about the NBA and the lottery odds, man. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to shut up. Before I continue with the lottery odds and all that stuff, I want to show this to you guys. Because, last year, we got scorned. We know this. We had the second worst record, and we ended up with the worst possible outcome at 6th. For us, because remember, our pick is top 8 protected, we must get a top 4 worst record in this league. Because if we get 4th, the lowest possible outcome for us is the 8th pick. And we still keep our pick. So, remember, last year we had the second worst, and we ended up with the worst possible outcome at 6th. So if we end up with the 4th worst, the lowest possible outcome for us is the 8th. I'm only bringing this up because we are the Wizards. And we've been scorned 4 times out of the past 5 times out of the past freaking 6 lotteries we've been in. So I just want to toss that out there. This is the current lottery odds. Right now, we are atop of it. 10-game losing streak, but we are 1-11 with 2 other teams, the Pacers and the Nets. Okay, I'm going to talk about them in a bit. But about us, not only are we losing, we're getting blown out. As a matter of fact, we got the worst net rating out of anybody in this team. But right behind us is the Nets. It says here the Pacers. But right behind us, in my opinion, is the Nets. Because like I said, our net rating is the worst in the entire league with a minus 15.7. We already know about us. I'm not going to talk about us. The Brooklyn Nets are right behind us. Their net rating is minus 14.8. They're close. So just a quick summary of the Nets. Like, they're kind of like in the same position as us. They're playing the Young Bucks, obviously. They got some veterans, but, the Young Bucks, Jaeger Demon looks to be balling in the past 3 games, averaging 16.8 points. But other than that, I mean, they're in the same boat as us. So let's just be honest. Cam Thomas has not played in the past 5 games, or he played a game only 6 minutes, so I'm not counting that. But Cam Thomas's return should be vital, hopefully vital for them. Gives them a scoring punch because that's pretty much all he offers. But they are currently on a 4-game losing streak. I don't want to go into too much depth. We know that the Nets, this was supposed to be where they were with us last year. They were supposed to tank, and they won more games than expected. But this year, it just seems like it just seems like they're going to be neck and neck with us the entire season. But let's go to the Pacers, because the Pacers right now are a very intriguing team because they have the same record as us, 1-11. They've lost 6 straight games. Now, one thing I want to know about the Pacers is that they have Rick Carlisle. Is Rick Carlisle a tank commander? Hell no. He's one of my favorite coaches in this league. Is he going to coach this team to be or to have one of the worst records in this league? I'd like to say no. But everybody thinks that the Pacers have been bad because they haven't had Tyrese Halliburton. They lost out Miles Turner. They've had a slew of injuries. Their entire team's been injured. And their net rating right now is minus 14.3. So it's safe to say, they just been getting blown out too. But, they lost to the Suns, even though they had Pascal Siakam, Nembhard, and Aaron Nesmith. And this is a team that I was rooting for the Pacers in the finals last year. But hopefully when Ben Mathurin coming back, it gives them a more of a scoring punch. A lot of their players who were in their rotation last year in the finals, a lot of them were injured. So hopefully when they come back, it boosts them up. But here's one thing that I want to talk about with them is just right now, this year is kind of like a gap year for them, considering Halliburton's out. I've heard rumors saying that they could possibly trade Pascal Siakam. If they embrace the tank, they could be one of our biggest competitors. Now, I don't know. This is a whole, front office decision for them. If they trade Pascal Siakam, we're kind of cooked, honestly. Not cooked, but I mean, okay, it's another team we've got to freaking watch out for. But, I'm sitting here right now. If I'm a Pacers, I would tank. And I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I would tank, go for one of these top draft picks, and then rebuild or continue on with Tyrese Halliburton next year and get a better team. But I don't know. We'll see what they do. But right now with the Pacers in my head and what I'm thinking is Rick Carlisle is too good of a coach to be a tank commander. And this team's been ravaged by injuries, not just by Tyrese Halliburton, but we'll see what they do with Pascal Siakam. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know. But then next is the Pelicans. Granted, we know that the Pelicans don't own their first-round pick this year because they traded it in the Derek Queen trade. Shout out to Derek Queen, who's been balling. But the Pelicans just fired Willie Green, which to me could possibly serve us better because who's to say the next head coach that comes into play gets his team playing better? Sometimes that happens in the NBA. Sometimes that happens in sports. But the Pelicans, they're a team that they have talent. If you look at the roster, they have talent. Now, does the talent mesh well together? In my opinion, no. But, this team's on a 4-game losing streak. I'm worried about them, honestly. But, I'd like to think that they're going to squeeze out a couple of dubs. That's not going to put us in clear contention with them. Then you go on next to the list. You got the Kings, Mavericks, and Memphis. These 3 teams I am putting in as the Sixers of last year. Remember the Sixers of last year? These motherfuckers embrace the tank like anything. They don't embrace the tank. They make love with the tank. These motherfuckers are good at it. But these are teams, who have talent. But the Mavericks, they just fired Nico Harrison. There's rumors that they may trade Anthony Davis. I'm considering the Mavericks as one of our top competitors. I would not be surprised if they go on a long losing streak. I can see them blowing it up easily, trading all their veterans, and then they'll just be running Cooper Flagg and Derek Lively. So I am certainly, granted, the Mavericks right now are 3-10. I am looking at them as one of our biggest competitors this year. The Grizzlies, if they trade John Morant, but then they got Jaren Jackson, they got other dudes in that roster, but I'm definitely taking them as a threat this year. John Morant right now this year, he's going at it with the coach. The Kings is another team as well who I feel like they could blow it up. If they're wise, they'll blow it up. So the Kings and the Mavericks right now are teams that when, I feel like it's only a matter of time when for the Mavericks, but when they blow it up, they're going to be, I'm going to take them seriously as the tank commander. Right now, if you look at this odds, if we win 2 games, we would go from having the worst record to 7th. That's how close this race is. Now, the Jazz, I feel like right now they're playing a little bit better than last year, but, it is what it is. I'm definitely taking them as a threat. I can see them going on a long losing streak, but they are playing better than last year. And Ace Bailey lately has been balling. So kudos to Ace. The Hornets, I like to think that they're going to be in that, sub 500 range. The Clippers is another team. If they blow it up, Bradley Beal's out for the year. Granted, Bradley Beal wasn't doing anything this year. But that's it. Because after that, going to 11th, it's the Celtics, and they're not a threat to us whatsoever. It's us, the Pacers, and the Nets. But the Pacers are in a weird situation. Let me know what y'all think about the Pacers, but if they blow it up by trading Pascal Siakam, I don't know. I'm just inclined to think that the Pacers and Rick Carlisle are going to squeeze out a couple of dubs. Am I wrong for thinking that? Am I trying to be biased for us? No, I'm genuinely believing that because I think Carlisle is too good of a coach and they've been ravaged by injuries. Hopefully Ben Mathurin comes back and gives them a couple of dubs. But yeah, man, that's how I see it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to be doing a lot of these videos this entire season, honestly. I'm going to do check-ins here and there. This is just, 12 games into the season. Motherfucker, I'm going to do it every 12 games. I'm going to do it every 12 games because this is the most important thing. It's a close race. Everybody's tanking right now. The Pacers may very well just say, fuck it. And they'll tank. The Pelicans, they might break up their team. Right now, it's kind of like a 6-team race for the worst record in this league. We win a game, we can go from having the worst to the 4th. So, hey man, I'm going to be watching this closely against my emotional health. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.